Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Theme Park Wizard TV. And today, I'm going to talk about a few things. Of course, the big news of the day is that Shanghai Disneyland is reopening in 5 days from now, which is incredible. Shanghai is reopening with lots of measures, um, social distancing, um, capacity, reducing to capacity less than 50%. They The capacity, like I said, on a typical day for Shanghai Disneyland is 80,000, and they're only gonna put and include 24,000 people. That'll be the max capacity, 24,000 people get into the park. And they won't be doing that all at once. It'll be a gradual increase to 24,000 people. But 20 again, that's less than 50 or less than 50%, more like 25%. Um, which is incredible. Like 24,000 out of 80,000 people. That should be quite interesting. We know no parades, no shows, but there'll be no parades, no fireworks. But there'll be a light show and a character cavalcade or character procession to begin. And I feel like it's very important because I feel like that's will be the measures that every other Disney park will take when they reopen. Especially speaking of that, if you haven't checked out my latest article on my blog, themeparkwizard.net, we have Disneyland is only taking reservations after July 1st, which is previously June 1st. But we're already on May 6th, and we're rapidly getting to June 1st. So, and obviously Disney's not ready to reopen or anywhere close, looks like it. So, July 1st will be our next hopeful opening date. We'll see what happens with the cases, the vaccines, we'll really see what happens in Shanghai. If it does go well, I hear Hong Kong is next to reopen. Hong Kong has started testing those. Like 2 weeks ago, we heard Shanghai was testing with cast members, shows and rides and all that stuff. Hong Kong, which is a much smaller park, of course, is testing the shows, parades, um, queues, social distancing, all the things that Shanghai was testing. Hong Kong cast members are testing as of now. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of weeks, because again, it's a much smaller park than Shanghai, if um if they are able to reopen. Also, I wouldn't be surprised. Not very many people go to Hong Kong Disneyland anyway, unfortunately. But hopefully they can reopen. And I don't know. I'm interested to see what their daily capacity is. If anyone knows, happens to know the cap- daily attendance of Hong Kong Disneyland before all this happened, I'd be very interested to know um, how many people went there in a day. Because every time I have all the Disneyland apps, the National Parks apps, and every time I look at the wait times, they're like not more than 10 minutes for most of the attractions. So I'm very interested to see how many people actually go. Always seems pretty empty to me, which may be very beneficial to Hong Kong because if there's not many people there anyway, then it may speed up the reopening process because they half capacity might just be like a normal day for Hong Kong, or even 25% capacity may feel like a little busier than a normal day. But just based on the wait times, it seems like about 10 minutes each. Don't know how many people are actually in the parks. That's why anyone watching, if you would know those daily attendance numbers, that'd be awesome to put it in the comments below. But yeah, if we can get Hong Kong open, that means that Shanghai and Hong Kong, the first two parks to close, will be obviously the first two to open. And potentially the month of May. And then after that, we have, I heard, or I've been seeing, that Disney Springs and obviously Orlando and Universal City Walk have been kind of preparing to potentially reopen, or at least partially reopen, as soon as May 11th as well. No announcements, of course, we haven't heard, but stay tuned, especially for the City Walk, because I have heard team members have gotten emails saying they're going to work at some of the shops at City Walk, like Starbucks, um, for example. So stay tuned because we could be having an announcement. for that soon. Also, if you live in Orlando and you've heard this, or you live in Orlando and you're a cast member or team member, um, if you can confirm it, that'd be fantastic. Because that'd be another step to opening the parks, at least in Orlando. March 9th was the day that Disney Town in Shanghai Disney opened. Um, and that's like a full, almost a full 2 months, well, will have been a full 2 months before the theme park opened. So going through that timeline, oh, I feel like that's a little too far. I feel like when the downtown Disney and stuff opens, it won't be another 2 months until the theme park is open, at least here. But maybe another month or so. So let's say May 11th, things open, the City Walk does open, and Disney Springs does open. Then maybe June 11th or around June, the parks reopen. And that seems to be the case. Shanghai Disneyland is closed for 3 months, and 3 months from March would be see, March 16th, April 16th, May 16th, June 16th. So about mid-June, early July seems to be the ideal time frame before things to open up, or for the parks to open up after if they were to go through a 3 month closure. And I ask this a lot, but I always like to get different people and different answers. But will you be going straight away to your local theme park, Disney or Universal or any theme park, when they reopen? Or are you gonna wait a little bit? Do you feel safe enough by the precautions that Shanghai Disney, if you take almost every single precaution, I say almost every single because I'm sure we won't have a contact tracing app here because I feel like people will freak out over privacy concerns. But if you take everything else besides the contact tracing app, the temperature screenings, the social distancing, the capacity reducing, would you feel safe enough? Or would you feel safe enough that you can step in with a mask, with a mask and be like, I think I can do this. Now, one thing on the mask before I get to this question by Victor, the mask, they I haven't worn one yet. By the way, I have my own theme park wizard mask being shipped. I will make a video wearing one, not the whole video, but just to show you what it looks like, and I'll set a link up to the my online store if you'd like to buy one. Um, Especially if your state requires it. And if you need a mask and you need a fancy mask, I'll have masks available. So that'll be nice. Um, so let me know if you would like a theme park wizard mask though, and I'll write you down on the list, and that way you can be first come first serve when they do come. They should be shipped in I'd say by Friday or so, or definitely by Monday. So that'll be super exciting. Super excited for my own mask because here in California it's required to do just about anything, except hike. I mean, I've been going on hikes in my or it's like it's not like some non-popular trails that are near my house. They're pretty empty, so we don't wear a mask over here. But like popular places definitely need a mask. And of course, theme parks. So if you want a mask, let me know. Um, DM me or let me know in the comments or DM me on one of my social media pages. And yeah, I'll get you one of those immediately. But the masks, there was a story of someone in New York that passed out. He crashed his car. It was believed that he was wearing the mask too long, and he suffocated because he couldn't breathe. I don't know why he's wearing it in the car, but it brings up an interesting question. Like, how long can you really wear these masks? Like, if let's say you spend 12 hours in the day at the theme park, I mean, obviously, I'm gonna put the mask down at some point. Um, you want to put the mask down at some point so you can breathe, you think, right? I mean, at least in Shanghai Disney, though, you don't have to wear a mask at the dining restaurant because obviously you wouldn't be able to eat. Um, but I feel like you definitely wouldn't like I don't know, like I don't know if he passed out because he was in a car, or I don't know if being outside it's different. But I feel like if it's just the mask is like covering up all your breathing passages, I've already heard people say it's difficult to breathe and it's uncomfortable. Even my my grandparents, who they went out to Buena Park, actually near Knott's Berry Farms, this restaurant called Portillo's, and they went there, and they're sitting outside with some friends and tailgating the parking lot wearing a mask. And they said it's not comfortable to wear for too long. So I'm very interested in the people who are staying in theme parks for a long time, if they wanna wear the mask that long. I mean, I feel like maybe on a ride, you can, like, kinda take it off because like, no one's watching, but I feel like in other places I mean, that's probably what you would do, um, I guess. I mean, what would you guys do? Like, I feel like for me, I'd wear the mask, and then but on every ride, I just pull it down so I can, like, breathe and then, like, kind of enjoy the ride, and then I put it back up when I'm walking because otherwise, I don't know how it's gonna be easy to breathe. But anyway, that's my mask story. But yeah, very interesting to see how I guess we'll see how it works out in Shanghai next week. And my thoughts on virtual queues. Um, I I love virtual queues, honestly. I like I don't know if I like everything being a virtual queue because then while you're waiting for your virtual queues, then um you would want to be doing something else. But if there's no shows or parades to do or watch while you're waiting for virtual queues, and let's say they don't want you to sit somewhere, I don't know, what are you supposed to do? And that's why for Shanghai, it looks like it says select attractions will be a virtual queue, which is good because then, like, I'd want if I am waiting for a virtual queue for Rise of the Resistance, I instead of spending my time sitting doing nothing, I'd want to maybe ride Peter Pan or something that is not a virtual queue only, or maybe like Snow White. Obviously, it's closed, but but I like virtual queues. I think it's a good it's a good thing to lessen the wait time. Obviously, virtual queue is just like a fast pass, but without the separate fast pass line. It's just just a fast pass ride, really. Virtual queue. That's really is a completely just fast pass ride, and I love fast pass. So I like virtual queues, but again, not everything. Because if you have virtual queue for everything, then and you have no parades or anything to watch, and they kind of want to keep you moving, not want to have you congregate and sit, then you're just walking in circles until you're waiting for your virtual queue. So, but yeah, I like virtual queues. Um, what are your guys' thoughts on virtual queues? Actually, do you guys think you can do you guys think do you guys like virtual queues? Do you think there should be half virtual queues, half not virtual queues? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah. And awesome, Victor. I'll write you down for a theme park wizard mask. Anyone else wants a theme park wizard mask? Let me know, and I'll put you on my list on my phone. Hong Kong Game Studio says, when do you think Hong Kong Disneyland will open? Well, it's been reported that they are testing, like Shanghai, like Shanghai was. They are testing cast members on with doing the virtual queues and the social distancing stuff and the screening. All everything Shanghai implemented. They're testing that, and it was announced yesterday. I saw it yesterday. So assuming Shanghai took 2 weeks, it was 2 weeks basically. They're testing, and then they opened. So I feel like maybe mid-May, mid end of May, at worst early June, maybe Hong Kong could be open because also because it's also a smaller park, Hong Kong Disneyland. So it's like since the fact that Hong Kong's a smaller park, it may be easier to reopen. So I'd say definitely mid-May, mid-May, early June for Hong Kong Disneyland to reopen. Especially this is just my speculation. There's been no official announcement, of course, but I'd say if they're since it has been reported they are testing the same stuff that Shanghai was, Hong Kong Disneyland, putting it out there that mid-May, early June, it will be has a chance to be reopened. Although, is Hong Kong I don't know if Hong Kong's downtown Disney or whatever it's called there has been open. If not, then that may be a little bit longer because they did say phased reopening. So Hong Kong Disneyland's Disney Town or Disney Downtown Disney has not been reopened yet, and I put Hong Kong Disneyland's reopening maybe in July with the downtown Disney open maybe late May, mid to late May to early June, have that open for a month, and then put the theme park. But I'm hoping that it'd be nice if Hong Kong Disney can open at least by June, I'd say, um, because they are testing that stuff. But as soon as we get an open date Hong Kong Game Studio, I will let you know. I'll probably make a video or a blog article about it. And yeah, it would be nice to have things open, especially here in the States. I'm missing my Disneyland. Now, Universal is could be a little bit different. Hoping Universal opens first, um, especially Universal Hollywood. Universal Hollywood's a smaller park, and it's not very busy outside of peak time, so I hope it opens first. Um, that'd be very, very nice. But yeah, so overall, I think good news, some pretty good news in terms of the theme park. Whereas I feel like on the curve, I feel like we're like right there, we're on the decline. As things start to reopen, LA County announces reopening its trails and some stores along with the state of California on Friday, so that's exciting. And we're on the path to recovery, and hopefully a vaccine or a treatment will be announced um, later on this fall. Hospitalizations in California are dropping, which is fantastic. Um, and yeah, pretty good stuff. Super exciting. And for the last few minutes here, if you guys have any theme park related questions or anything, definitely feel free to ask me. Any questions about Disney's earnings report? Um, any questions about when other Disney theme parks or any non-Disney theme parks will reopen? Six Flags is looking to reopen potentially next week. Those in Texas, Missouri, though some of the states that have been open, Six Flags is looking to open potentially next week or May 15th, which is awesome for those people. Magic Mountain's operating dates here in California have been pushed back again to July 1st. They started that actually for July 1st thing when Disney did it. Disneyland did it like today. But Magic Mountain, yeah, July 1st, which is unfortunate, which makes me feel kind of like sad that Universal Studios Hollywood will get pushed back to July 1st as well. But if you live in the middle of the country, then Six Flags or in Mexico, Six Flags Mexico will be open potentially May 15th as well. So that is super exciting and for you guys. And Florida, definitely, if you want, you can definitely let us know in the chat or the comments below what specific entertainment centers have been opened in Florida as well. Yeah. And what's your local park, guys? What local park are you hoping will be reopened soon? That is a good question. And again, if you want a theme park wizard and mask, in fact, I'll put the link and get the link right now. If you want to purchase a theme park wizard mask. Oops, my bad. I completely sorry guys, I messed up. Getting linked right now. Alright, so here's the link if you would like to purchase. Also, a theme park wizard T-shirt. Theme park wizard T. Only right now just black, but black long sleeve shirts available for my last order a few months ago, as well as masks. Coming next week, so that'll be awesome. That's the link in the link. That's the link right there. If you'd be interested in purchasing anything. Interesting your thoughts on maintaining social distancing on the rides. I feel like So I'm gonna go for Disneyland real quick because obviously I know the Disneyland Resort is the best, of course. So I'm gonna go. Some things could be like really easy. For example, the Matterhorn. The Matterhorn, maintaining social distancing on the Matterhorn could be super, super easy because it's a single file seat, and most people are groups of like four at least. Um, so if you're a group of four on the Matterhorn, they can just fill up four of the six seats and leave two of them empty and just send the train out. If there are two groups of three, the trains are separated. The distance from the last seat to the first seat on the second car is, I don't know if it's 6 feet, but it's a pretty far distance. So, and also there's a lot of wind on the ride, so if someone were to cough and sneeze, potentially it could potentially hit someone in the face, yes. But also it could potentially go off, like they could disperse the droplets into onto the rockwork or something. Um, if someone were to not cover their mouth while doing that. But mad one's easy. I feel like Small World thing rides like Small World has tons of boats. It's one of the highest capacity rides in the resort. So it's a Small World. If they were to do every other row, or even every other row, depending on the crowd. Well, they have so many boats in operation that I feel like Small World is the easiest to do social distancing. Same thing with Pirates of the Caribbean, same ride system. Um, if they do every other row or every other row or every every 2 rows, or sorry, every 3 rows, every third row, I feel like that could be an easy thing for social distancing. Space Mountain, again with the cars, there's about 6 people per car. I feel like if they were to fill up the first and third cars of every train, um, okay, the first and third car of every train for Space Mountain, I feel like that would work out. You know what I'm saying? Like first, third, and so basically just leave the middle rows empty on both cars, and I feel like that could work out. So that's still, let's see, 2, 4, 6, it's about 8 people, the usual 12 people. So the capacity still be pretty high. I think it could work there. Hong Kong Disneyland still construction? Yes. Hong Kong Disneyland looks like it is still in construction. Or actually, Hong Kong Disneyland is Hong Kong Disneyland. I know I heard a report that the castle was under construction still. They want to finish the castle project, but the frozen part has been either delayed or paused. Let's say. I feel like the Frozen expansion, and the Avengers ride have been paused, but the castle is still going on, because that is your new park icon, of course. Yeah, you guys in Hong Kong have a beautiful, beautiful castle. Wow. And it's good because now Disneyland California, no, yeah, Disneyland California is the only one with Sleeping Beauty castle. I feel like each Disney park should have their own unique castle. So I'm glad that Hong Kong is getting a different castle. Castle will be open in this year. Disneyland delayed again. Yeah, yeah, that's what I heard too. Castle will be open this year, which is nice. Um, you guys, it's a really, really cool looking castle. Very unique. I don't know the name. What is the name of your guys' castle? Did they give it a name yet? Or did they just say it's the new castle? I'm sure they give it a name, though I completely forgot it. But yeah, like I said, I'm glad Disney yeah, each Disney park will have its own unique castle. Well, actually, Tokyo and Florida have the same castle, which kind of I mean, these are big, but it kind of sucks for them. Tokyo deserves its own big new castle, the Magical Castle. I like it. Nice name, the Hong Kong Magical Castle. Do you guys know, or do you know, is your downtown Disney open, or your Disneyland hotel, are they open yet or are they still closed? 'Cause that'll be a good indicator of when the park might be reopening, as well. Thank you, by the way, Ling Lao, for all this cool not insider, or all this cool info from someone who presumably lives near the area since they know that, Hong Kong, they know that, certainly a lot more than I know about, the castle. Yeah, let me know if your Hong Kong Disneyland Mickey and Friends come back. Yes, yes, the Hong Kong Disneyland Mickey. I miss the Mickey and Friends as well. But do you know if your downtown Disney is open? Your shopping district is open? Let me get some water, guys. Mm. Also, Victor, I forgot if you're still on here. What is your what is your home park, Victor? Is it Disneyland or Disney World or a different Disney park? Because you asked about the social distancing. Um, so no, if it's Disney World, I can think of some Disney World rides that well, in Disney World to be like in the Magic Kingdom, the Space Mountain would be same thing as the Matterhorn, because everyone basically each group can have their own train. It seems like if there's big groups of people. Hopping over to California Adventure though, uh, Guardians of the Galaxy or Tower of Terror in Florida, the way the elevator's set up, I feel like every other row. But again, it's kind of enclosed. Same thing with Star Tours, it's kind of enclosed. So it's not like open air like those dark rides. So somewhere to sneeze or something, particles is trapped in like a box. And with Guardians of the Galaxy, it's in Tower of Terror, going up and down. So somewhere to sneeze. When you go up, you come back down, that sneeze could still be there potentially, unless the elevator breaks up the wind, just kind of disperses your droplets. But it'll be very interesting. Again, we have to watch what Shanghai does with the social distancing of the rise, because that can be a very good indicator of how we social distance of the rides here in California and Florida and any other Disney park as well. Yeah. But guys, thank you so much. If you have no more questions for me, oh, let's see. Yep, we have another question. Good, good, good. Keep asking the questions, guys. As soon as the questions stop, I'll head on over. But I have lots of free time, so you know, ask as many questions as you like. Do you think next year Hong Kong Disneyland Frozen Forever will be Frozen 2? Um, let me look that up. Does Hong Kong Disney have a Frozen ride? Frozen Hong Kong Disneyland Frozen Forever. Let's see. Oh, the show? Oh yeah, if it's a show, then I feel like it'll definitely be updated to include parts of Frozen 2. May not be fully on Frozen 2, but they might and definitely incorporate some Frozen 2 movie elements to the show. Um, yeah, that's a no-brainer. That's 100%. Because even with here in Disneyland in California, our Magic Happens parade has a Frozen 2 float. So I feel like your Frozen Forever show will definitely incorporate some Frozen 2 elements. So probably might be like the same story, but just some again, it's just kind of a remix, some new elements of that show. Let's see, yeah, and but they'll probably have the Anna and Elsa meet and greet, of course, still. And yeah, your Frozen Land though looks fantastic. I am excited to. I always wanted to go visit the Asian parks, the Tokyo, Shanghai, and Hong Kong parks. And I also want to go to Tokyo for the Olympics, but this year, but obviously it's not happening. Maybe in 2021. But I'd love to go. The only international Disney park I've been to is Disneyland Paris, which was really awesome. And it wasn't even both parks; it was just one park, actually the main park. But yeah, it's very interesting, very interesting. But yeah, I definitely think Frozen 2 will be incorporated in your show. Any other questions about Hong Kong Disneyland, any Disney park, a non-Disney park, any reopening plans? I'll wait till we get to, let's see, 3:34. It's 3 minutes. To come up with another question. Otherwise, I'll head on out. But until 3:34, until someone asks a question, I'll keep talking. So yes, let's see, it is May 6th, and we are we are just taking it a day at a time. I can't believe I've been in the house or been on the stay at home for 8 weeks. 8 weeks. And at the end of this week, it'll be 9. That's insane. Seems like such a long time, but it's been going by honestly really fast. I mean, I'm making a lot of videos, doing a lot of family things, but yeah, it's been honestly going by pretty quickly. The days. And here and again, LA is gonna be pretty warm. It's 93 degrees today. It's 93 degrees right now, actually, where I am. Um, it's gonna get cold next week though, 67. And I'm thinking of, again, I live close to Universal, so I might take a drive to Universal because the Universal is continuing their construction projects. Um, the Epic Universe is delayed by a year, but it's only delayed by a year as they're kind of pushing some construction costs to the next like fiscal year to try to balance it out. But they're finishing up $300 million in construction contracts right now. So the construction didn't pause. It's just going a little slower for Epic Universe, especially since they don't need to rush its opening because travel might take a few years to bounce back anyways after this pandemic is over. So they don't need, Universal realized they don't need to rush a new theme park um, to opening when travel might take a while to get back to normal anyway. So I think it was a smart decision by Universal. They're continuing other construction projects. Actually, stay tuned, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Uh, Click the notification bell if you are subscribed and haven't already, because at 6 p.m., 6 p.m. Pacific time, that's like in 2 hours, a little less than 3 hours from now, I'll have a Universal Studios Beijing construction update that I just put together last night. It's from Theme Park X. Um, it's a big construction update. The park is on schedule to open in 2021. It looks beautiful. The hotel came up sprouted up out of nowhere. The Jurassic World dark ride suspended coaster going in and out of mountains, and now the mountain is um, looking fantastic. So definitely stay tuned for that for a massive Universal Beijing construction update coming in just less than 3 hours. I'm super excited to show it to you guys because my Universal Beijing videos do pretty well. You guys like those, and I haven't put one out in quite a while, so I'm super excited for this one. Definitely subscribe, like, and just come back to the channel. At 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time for that really really cool video. It has some really cool up close pics of the rides and really cool like far away shots as well of the rides. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. Since it looks like no more questions. Let me double check. Yeah, no more questions. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining on today's Theme Park Wizard TV. I'm here every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Definitely subscribe if you like the channel. Subscribe if you like theme park stuff. I do theme park videos every single day of the week, sometimes multiple videos in a day. Like today, I had the Candemonium in Hershey Park, the Hypercoaster B&M Hypercoaster was testing. I put out that testing video earlier this morning. I have the Universal Beijing construction update later on this evening, and other cool videos coming up for the rest of the week. Thank you guys for engaging as well. Victor, Hong Kong Game Studio, and Ling Lao with your commentary, your comments. I was happy to answer your questions. I'm happy to continue to answer more questions in the last 30 seconds or so before I log on off. I love when we have big engagement instead of just me talking and no one saying anything. So thank you for that. I'm super excited to share more content with you. Thank you to everyone who subscribes to my channel. Thank you for everyone who watches my channel. And thank you to everyone who watched this live stream, especially the people who watched all 36 minutes and 45 seconds of it. Any other questions? 10 seconds. Since these people are watching, so those two people have any questions in the next 5 seconds, I will answer them. All right? No questions. Well, thank you for watching, and as always, have a fantastic